Hello friends, this video on capacitors and capacitance part 14 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 13 before going ahead with part 14. This problem states that a spherical capacitor has an inner sphere of radius 12 centimeters and an outer sphere of radius 13 centimeters. So now it is talking about a spherical capacitor. Now, in the videos we have learned only about parallel plate capacitor. We didn't talk about spherical capacitor. So let us look at spherical capacitor while solving this problem. So we will cover spherical capacitor as well as we will cover this problem as well. The outer sphere is earth and the inner sphere is given a charge of 2.5 microcoulombs. The space between the concentric spheres is filled with a liquid of dielectric constant 32. That means there are two conducting slabs. Instead of the conducting plates, you now have conducting spheres. And instead of the slab between the plates, you have this liquid of dielectric constant which is placed between the two spheres. So you have to calculate the capacitance of the capacitor and the potential of the inner sphere, as well as compare the capacitance of this capacitor with that of an isolated sphere of radius 12 centimeters. Okay, we will solve them later. First, let us look at the spherical capacitor. Let us suppose this is my spherical capacitor. Okay, so instead of going through this problem directly, first let us look at how will we approach in case of a spherical capacitor. Let us suppose that the radius of the inner sphere is Ra and the radius of the outer sphere is given by Rb. Okay, we say, and the outer sphere is earth. Let us suppose the outer sphere is earth. The inner sphere is given a charge of 2.5 microcoulombs in this question, but otherwise let us suppose some charge plus q is given to this inner sphere. So it has some charge. Now because of this positive charge, negative charges will be induced on the inner surface of the outer sphere, right? So here all you will have negative charges induced, because of which there will be positive charges outside. But since the outer side is grounded, therefore the positive charges will directly go to the ground and get neutralized, right? So here you will have the same pattern, positive charges, negative charges. So electric field will set. So electric field will set up and the direction of the electric field will be outward. So this is how the electric field will be set. So now what would be the value of electric field for all these capacitors? For the smaller capacitor, right? When we are talking about the smaller capacitor, the electric field inside the capacitor will be equal to 0, because electric field inside any conductor is 0, right? Now electric field for radius greater than Rb, so electric field outside this sphere will also be 0. So electric field will exist only in this portion. So the electric field will basically exist only in this portion. That is the portion enclosed between the two conductors. So here you will have electric fields. Okay, so what did we see? The electric field exists between these two spheres and it is radially outward. So electric field exists for any R which is greater than Ra but less than Rb. So it exists only in this region and the direction is radially outward, right? Now we know the direction of electric field. Let us try to calculate the potential at sphere A. So first we will calculate potential at sphere A, then we will calculate potential at sphere B, and then we will calculate the potential difference between A and B. So what would be the potential on sphere A? It would be nothing but kq by r A, kq by Ra because of the smaller sphere, and minus kq by Rb because of this sphere, because this smaller sphere has plus q and this bigger sphere has minus q, right? So it will be minus kq divided by Rb. So this becomes kq into Rb minus Ra divided by RA/RB. So this is the potential at A. Now what would be the potential for sphere B? Potential for sphere B will be equal to 0. Why? Because sphere B is earthed. So it is earthed, therefore its potential is 0. Right? Therefore the potential difference between A and B, potential difference between A and B will be equal to VA minus VB. VB is anyway 0, so this will be KQ into RB minus RA divided by RA/RB. Right? Therefore, the capacitance C will be equal to Q minus V. So Q divided by V. So Q divided by this, you will get it as 1 by K into RB minus RA divided by RB into RA. So this would be the capacitance of a spherical capacitor. So remember this, the capacitance for a spherical capacitor is 1 by K into RB minus RA divided by RA into RB. See, basically you saw that the approach is still the same. We have to calculate the potential difference between the two. There we were calculating the potential difference between the two plates. Here we are calculating the potential difference between the two spheres. So once the potential difference is calculated, then we are straight away finding out the capacitance. Now let us look at the question. So the first part of the question asks us to calculate the capacitance of this capacitor. So that for capacitance we can directly put values in this formula. Now what are the values given in the problem? Radius of the smaller sphere is given as 12 centimeter, that is 12 into 10 to the power minus 2 meters. Radius of the larger sphere is given as 13 centimeters, that is equal to 13 into 10 to the power minus 2 meters. Charge on the smaller sphere, that is Q, is given as 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulombs. What is this K? Okay friends, let me tell you one thing very specifically. The K which I have been using in this expression for potential is the K which we used before, the capital K, that is the constant which was 9 into 10 to the power 9, right? It is that K. But here, as after we started dielectrics, we are also using K for dielectric constant. So this is not that dielectric constant K, right? So this is our previous K. So hereafter in this problem, wherever I use dielectric constant, I will use this K for dielectric constant and this K for our previous constant, which is 9 into 10 to the power 9. Okay, so that you don't get confused. So in the first part, let us calculate the capacitance C. This will be equal to 1 by 10 to the power 9 into 10 to the power 9 into RB, that is 13 into 10 to the power minus 2 minus RA, that is 12 into 10 to the power minus 2 divided by RA into RB. I am extremely sorry. I have calculated the capacitance expression in an incorrect way. If you see here, capacitance is Q by V, right? So this should have been the opposite, RB into RA divided by RB minus RA. Similarly, here it should have been RB into RA divided by RB minus RA, right? So here also this will be RA into RB divided by RB minus RA. I'm sorry for that. So on calculating this, you find the value as 5.5 into 10 to the power minus 9 farads. So this comes out to be the capacitance of this spherical capacitor. So let us calculate the second part now. The second part of the question asks, what is the potential of the inner sphere? That means we have to calculate the value of VA. We have already calculated this while deriving the capacitance. This was the value of the potential of the inner sphere, that is KQ into RB minus RA divided by RA/RB. So this was KQ RB minus RA divided by RB into RA. So again we have all the values. So K is 9 into 10 to the power 9 into Q is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 6. RB minus RA, that is 13 into 10 to the power minus 2 minus 12 into 10 to the power minus 2 divided by 13 into 12 into 10 to the power minus 4. So this value comes out to be 4.5 into 10 to the power 2 volts. Right? So this is one way of calculating. You can also calculate the potential on A using this, that potential is equal to Q, that is the charge on A, divided by capacitance C. So charge on A is given as 2.5 and C is also given. So you will also get the same value using this. So this also will give you the same value. Right? Now let us look at the third part. So what is the third part? It says compare this with the capacitance of isolated sphere. So first of all, let us calculate the capacitance of an isolated sphere. So let us consider an isolated sphere. So what will happen in case of an isolated sphere? Let us suppose this is the sphere. So what would be the potential due to this sphere? Let us calculate the potential for the isolated sphere. That will be equal to KQ divided by R. If R is the radius of the sphere, so what would be the potential on the surface of the sphere? It would be KQ divided by R, right? So when I have to calculate the capacitance, that is C, so C is equal to Q divided by V. Therefore, this is equal to Q divided by KQ by R. So Q will get cancelled. So this will be equal to R by K. So the capacitance will become equal to R by K. What is this K? The constant K was nothing but 9 into 10 to the power 9, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So this capacitance can be written as 4 pi epsilon naught into R. So the capacitance of an isolated sphere is 4 pi epsilon naught R. So we have to calculate this value. So calculate it, you get R divided by K. So what is R? R of an isolated sphere is given in the problem, right? Isolated sphere of radius 12 centimeters. So your R is 12 centimeters divided by K is 9 into 10 to the power 9. So this comes out to be 1.33 into 10 to the power minus 11 farads. So now compare the capacitance with the capacitance of the spherical capacitor. What do you see? The capacitance of isolated sphere is lesser. Why is it so? Now the question asks you, why is the capacitance of isolated sphere? Let us mark it as I, isolated sphere. So what do you see? We see that capacitance of isolated sphere is lesser than the capacitance of the spherical capacitor. Can you tell logically why is it so? That's because in case of the spherical capacitor, the outer sphere is earthed. By earthing the outer sphere, we are increasing the potential difference between the two spheres. As a result, more charge can be stored in the capacitor and therefore the capacitance increases. Whereas in case of isolated sphere, there is no earthing of any other conductor. There is only a single conductor. So therefore, its capacitance is comparatively less. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.